Go.
I am here with one of my friends, 1 through 5. He'll find out later which one.
We're ranking friends today. I'm
On
first.
Watch Mojo today, top 5 friends.
Top 5 friends. Spoiler alert, it's not him.
Stop it. I always, dude, every time you wear that hat, I think it's like a Blue Lives Matter hat, and then I just get a closer look. It's got the same, it's got like a similar shade. And I just like I every time you come on, I'm like, all right, Pat's back in the blue today. Let's go, dude. Let's complete 180 on Pat today.
I probably would never do that.
I don't know, maybe.
But I can't say like never. You know what
Triple G, we're dragging never. Like if they technically speaking, if they just start doing it right.
Never say never. I mean, you see a lot of the shit nowadays where it's just like any of the stuff where people are reporting on crazy shit that like the president's doing or the government's doing or people are saying. Ted Cruz,
what are they doing?
They're
doing stuff.
Stop attacking pedophiles. They're my friends.
So
you leave them alone, as if also, which implying he's not one of them, which is actually kind of refreshing.
I looked into that, and that was actually taken out of context. He said, "Stop defending pedophiles" in September. This wasn't recently.
Yeah, no, he said stop attacking pedophiles.
Yeah, no, but the thing was, it was in September, so it was in a completely different context that you kind of libtarded out, Pat. And
that's my bad.
As a based MAGA cuck, I kind of get it more than you.
As a clear Blue Lives Matter fella,
this is part of Trump's 4D chess that you lib cucks just don't understand.
Hell yeah.
You're allowed to read it out loud, Pat.
Right, yeah. I have to do. I gotta do a loop real quick up here. Pat, I watched the live stream on YouTube. You said Slav got picked up by ICE. That shit had me Tom and Jerry howling.
Oh yeah, he commented that. I thought Tom and Jerry howling was a great way to categorize that.
That's a great description. Also, may be true. Like,
nah, he unless they gave him a phone in detention, then he did not. He got let go.
I've seen lots of phones in prisons before, so like I don't know. Did you hear?
That is true. There's like whole accounts of old black men dancing to Pierce the Veil. they're all in prison. Dude, the boys are back in town. They missed you, man. They missed you because
I missed you guys.
Because I know they love me, but they're just like, same old Andy. Yeah. And then they see Pat, beautiful. I mean, I got to tell you too, the outfit, the color coordination. You're probably gonna sit there and act like it just happened that way, but no.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. I did. I was gonna say that it did just kind of. I did reach into my closet and grab this shirt, but I wore this because he had his first NHL fight recently, and I'm very proud of him.
Hell yeah!
He's a big cat. He's not only one of my favorite NHL players, but only favorite Russian.
You don't got multiple favorite Russians?
There's a couple I tolerate, but there's for the most part that I actually prefer one.
I will say
the big cat.
I've worked many a jobs interacting with foreigners. I gotta tell you, you notice the lack of a smile. No, I'm kidding. No, I've interacted with many versions of foreigners, and I gotta tell you, Russians, Ukrainians. Kind of nasty fuckers.
Yeah, like not great to like not like everybody has their stereotypes, I think, and it's kind of for a reason. And like there is like definitely cartoonish.
Not mine. I just randomize it every time.
Oh, really?
I go those Chinese, they jump so high on Monday.
I go those those Chinese, they're so sleepy all the time. You know that.
What? Yeah. Oh, all those Africans, how they go pee in your Coke? It's just random, dude. It's just bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, I wish Irish guys weren't so fast, but they got that extra muscle.
Marshall?
Yeah, did you turn into Tony Soprano there?
Yeah.
All those muscles there.
Oh, I don't want my daughter dating an Irish. Actually, Tony probably would be upset with that too.
that Mick fuck.
Yeah, that Mick.
I can
These
say
are
that.
actually just
I can
things
say that. I
Tony
can
would
say that.
say.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's just a thing.
Oh,
No,
I can say that. I hate them.
I heard a thing on a podcast that I listened to, and it was and this is one of the ones that I tell you that like is more liberal. They're based out of L.A. They're all kind of like fans of celebrity, and I don't mean
Okay.
celebrities.
I thought you
They're
were gonna say a
fans of like
different F word. They're all
no,
fat.
fucking no. But there's a funny narrative that I think is always interesting when like deportations come up and like illegal aliens and all this other shit is that like the right wait which one is the which one was the conservatives
The right wing.
right wing the right wing guys I know that seemed like a joke. I really did want to double check the right wing guys because I was going to say the gun guys but that's kind of both of them now.
Well, yeah, like
former gun guys.
left wing just became gun guys. No,
Yeah.
it's your as the way you don't tread on me is by spreading cheeks for ICE.
Don't tread on me. Let me tread on myself for you.
You're like it's fucking Tim Pool out there just being like, my daddy taught me when a cop comes out, you immediately fall to your knees and do every single fucking thing he says. And if you disagree with a cop, be ready to die.
You know what they say? Comply.
Yeah.
Comply.
You know what they
Comply.
say. You know what they say. That guy that didn't go to college, he definitely. You need to
Please
listen
tread
to
on me.
fucking
Yeah,
thing he
Dunbar
said.
says it right. Please
Yeah.
tread on me. Come
It's
on.
that one. It's the one with the snake with the ball gag in its mouth that just goes, "Tread on me, daddy."
But they always had the argument where like, oh, you're an illegal immigrant, get out of my country. You know, you're stealing jobs, blah blah, whatever the fuck it may be, right? You're here breaking the law.
You're here. You got your dark skin. Come fuck my wife.
Yeah, like legitimately, whether it be a cuck fantasy or
Yeah.
a Home Depot trip, like
Oh, look, we're having
they're just a part of your life, but that's also like one of those things of like, if you're here illegally, you got to get the fuck out. Okay,
You're here illegally. We're having a GOP convention and traffic on what's the gay dating app? Grinders going up. Go on. Sorry.
I was almost gonna be like, I don't know. But there's but the left has such a funny argument where
Oh, is it no one's illegal on stolen land?
no. It's not even like they don't hear it when they say it. But like this guy, I heard this guy saying like, he's like, I always go to the car wash, and he's like,
Oh.
ever since I showed up, he's like, these people like who like, and I mean this loosely, like it was almost exactly this argument, but I definitely am paraphrasing by saying, if they keep deporting people, who's going to wash my car?
Yeah, that's
Who's going to clean my house? Like that thing of like, who do you think's washing your house? Who do you think's cleaning your mowing your lawn? And it's just like, well, mow your
Yeah.
own lawn. Like
Yeah,
it's one of those
or-
things where you're like, that's your argument. I could understand if they're like, nobody's illegal on stolen lands. There should be a process. It shouldn't be so cheap or so expensive or whatever. But the argument I've heard has been such a disconnected, crazy argument of like, oh yeah, okay, so who's gonna pump your gas? Huh?
Yeah.
Who's gonna
It's-
wipe your?
well, it's-
Who's gonna
it's
wipe
how
your
the
asshole
left
for you?
wing-
Huh?
It's how the left wing reveal. It's how like a lot of left wing people reveal themselves as being like just as racist, because the broad
just as racist.
the broad divide of like left and right wing racism is like right wingers are like, I don't trust them, get them out of here.
Yeah.
And then the left wing racism is like, oh, poor little babies, they need us or else they won't be able to wipe their bums.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's the split, right? Like, and in a weird way, the right wing racism's honestly better because it's almost like, yeah, he's like,
It's
you get
based in
over there.
something. Yeah, it's
You
based
get
in
over
something
there.
real. Yeah.
Because like the left wing racism is like, we're gonna help you, but it's all superficial, and then it ends up not being very helpful. And
yeah, Triple G's got it. Yeah, it's like this thing of like, okay, so we're just gonna pick our own cotton. Like
yeah.
like it's one
Well,
of those things of who's gonna pick all the cotton?
Well,
If
it
you
is
just,
also too. It is also too. You like, and you also forget like. Wait, what am I trying to say?
I like the
They're
distinction.
only
conquered land.
They're only yeah. Well, the no one's illegal on stolen land thing's always just like
Well, then
I
give it
don't
back.
know. I don't know, man. Like, how do you think you get these things? Like, and also
Yeah.
they always do that too. It's like that thing I was telling you about where in Australia or whatever, it was like the one Aboriginal community, like they had to do all this special stuff for the Aboriginal community because like the white Australians that moved in like conquered them and this and that. And they were like, yeah, but those people just conquered the people before them. You know what I mean? It's just like this whole, you can like, whenever people use that logic, I always go like, so do you think history just stops at you guys doing shit? Like it was just fucking lollipops and rainbows at yours? What does that have to say? You don't have to agree with history for it to have happened. That's a good one, Pat.
That's one of my. That's a PG classic. That's one of the. It's just like my other one that says "do mushrooms." It's I was lucky enough to be. I told you the story of that. I love the quotes and I love how those like posters come out of nowhere. I was like, who quotes people though? You know what I mean? Like, how does that come about? So I got quoted
Yeah.
and saying that was me at Gettysburg. I was
Cool.
there ghost hunting.
Cool.
Fuck history, but no, that's one of those things. Yeah, you don't have to agree with it for it to have happened.
Hey, I love you. Your ADD is infuriating sometimes.
I'm sorry,
No.
but no,
Oh,
I was saying that to agree with you. Is saying like you said, like if it's not like how do you think these things happen? We don't choose that.
yeah.
It
Well, and
just
then
it
well, that
happens.
was like the thing with like Billie Eilish was in the news because she said that on the news, and then and it's also too. It's like I'm a big proponent of like, can we just please stop taking celebrities seriously? Like Pierce
Yeah,
Morgan doesn't have to do a whole segment on Billie Eilish the next day where we have like an intense breakdown, but also the irony of like her saying no one's illegal on no because that is the epitome of a lot of like I mean, I guess right wingers do it too, but that is the epitome of a lot of like left winger shit. You like say a bunch of stuff that like sounds nice, and then you do a like any little bit of scrutiny on it, you're just like, oh, it like falls apart. Where it's like no one's illegal on stolen land. Okay, so that means like what does that mean? So like I can't be breaking a law, so I'm just gonna like, and then like there's like a guy going to Billie Eilish's house, which I wouldn't recommend, but just for the argument's sake, you're like, so I should just be able to like go in here then. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like if like you want to get technical for a second, your statement crumbles immediately. I remember,
Yeah,
dude, the best example I remember being because when we were still doing mics, that's when like the Me Too shit was happening. And like I remember the one thing that people were talking about was like believe all women. And I remember bringing it up during a joke. And of course, like at the time there was like there was another like lady comic that like had to like make a statement in the middle of my joke. And I was like, but like, because I was trying to make the joke, I was like, the statement itself, believe all women, is just crazy on its face. And they're like, what? That's because women, blah, 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 A, B, and C. And I go, like, and I was just basically like, but believe all of them? And then the reaction is like, well, no. And I was like, well, why call it that then? If under the most minimal of scrutiny, you're going to completely shift, why would you even just start with that? But that's, I don't know.
yeah. I think there's a line where it comes down to like you don't realize your hypocrisy when you're saying it, but uh, the liberal side has made it like that's their fucking that's their whole motive. Their whole motive is how can we completely contradict ourselves almost all the time. Like and then but it's also they want to make the other side look dumb. And it's like it, it's a that's the biggest hypocrisy is the fact that neither one of them points out the fact that they're both fucking stupid. Like if you it's not even just realizing like you do the same things, but the thing about going like you can't do this on conquered land. So like why are you here?
Yeah.
You are contributing. You are not fighting with them. You're not
Yeah.
helping them. You're just pointing out a fact that you're also benefiting from. So like the fact that you have all the freedom that you have to sit here and scream at another person's face and say all these things and do all that shit and like have them like if they beat you up then they have to go to jail and all of those things are based on that terrible atrocity you keep bringing up. And like I agree it was atrocity. I agree it was terrible, and it probably wasn't done in the best of ways. But I don't think anything was back then. I think it was crazy, and we have the benefit of having a civilization now because
Yeah,
of
$100%.
all that past brutality. So like it's not like you have to celebrate it. And that's the other thing is being proud of where we are today, people feeling like you have to be proud of everything that we've done. And then also being proud of today, you feel guilty because of all the things we've done. And those, like, you just don't have to live in the past because you didn't have anything to do with that. So you saying, I don't agree with what happened, just is just a waste of your time. You're wasting your time just saying that because it doesn't actually do anything because it's like, who cares? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's also
You know,
kind of like
who's gonna wash your car? You are gonna wash your car, brother. Like that's the harsh reality that you have to realize that like history isn't reality. History happened. It's how we conduct ourselves now and going forward. That's like so you were also on stolen indigenous lands. You were posting on a fucking you know, slave computer. Like this would they were there. It's made on conflict minerals. It's run on other shit. Like
yeah.
Wi-Fi could be killing all of our sperm. We're
Well,
half
the
microplastics. Like there's so many fucking problems. Don't worry about what happened hundreds of thousands of years ago. Yes, it was terrible to
well
poison
here
people.
here's the thing though is like the because that like the problem is you like that type of talk and conversation doesn't come from a place of like they actually like were sitting down and thinking about the problem because the problem with a lot of like left wing and liberal and progressive viewpoints is they really come from a place of like, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And then it's like, when it's time for like the whole logistical aspect of it, because that's why they're always like really bad at economics. Because it's like logistically, you know, you can't always do exactly what they want to do because logistically it just doesn't meet up with that. Because they're always just mainly focused on that's why you get a lot of people like that Hassan Piker guy who's like king of the socialists, but he also has like a $3 million apartment and he bought like a fucking like $100,000 car one time. And then like when you see them, they genuinely don't know why you're like that's kind of like hypocritical of you. Because like realistically, if you were a socialist and you were like getting rich off of because he's like a socialist who's getting rich off of capitalism, basically, like through his Twitch channel, where he's like, I'm giving you a product. And, you know, people are then paying, like, the product is his stream, and then people are like watching it and paying him for that stream. And it's like, if you were, and I'm not saying you can't have like a nice house, and also being a celebrity, yeah, maybe you should have a nicer house because people are going to probably want to find you and harass you and stuff like that. And I'm not saying you have to buy a shitty car, but the fact that, like, you're a socialist and then on top of that having so much more and then than everyone else, it's like the fact that you're just keeping most of your money is inherently hypocritical if you think about it. But but like because it's so focused on ideas and what would be nice, you see an immense hypocrisy in their actions. But actually, as I'm saying it now, it also makes sense why a lot of people on the left are so hyper fixated on what people say and stuff like that. And to be fair, the right, because the right is very similar to the left. They just try to pretend like they're not gay as fuck. So they try to pretend like they're badass. And so it is like a heavy focus on things said and not an observation of like what has been done. But yeah, I think the inherent contradiction just comes from a lot of left wingers just hyperfixate on what would be nice and then like ignore a lot of the logistics. What were you gonna say?
I've been saying it for years, and you know it. It's like Jehovah's Witnesses. It's the exact reason why I hate them. Like it's the loopholes. It's the bullshit things. It's the thing where like a socialist will go on and be like, I'm going to profit from a capitalistic system, but also preach socialism. And it's like a thing where like Jehovah's Witnesses, they work day to day in worldly places with people and stuff like that. But like when they're around Thanksgiving time, they like the Tuesday before. They
Yeah.
like cook a Thanksgiving dinner and have their family over and eat a big Thanksgiving dinner together. And it's like, just because you don't do it on Thanksgiving doesn't necessarily mean you're not celebrating. On the actual day, since all of their jobs are usually closed or most businesses are closed, they go to like Busch Gardens or something like that. They go out and
Yeah.
do that. And it's like, that I feel like is a direct contradiction of like you're benefiting from the worldly thing, but you're not actually, you're also like openly talking shit about like this is the thing. You like that is what these holidays are now. They're not pagan rituals
Well,
where we're burning fucking, oils and things and we're praying to gods and sacrificing shit. We're legitimately making pie and turkey and fucking watching football together.
can I
It's
ask you
just
this
that.
about the? Can I ask you this about the Jehovah's Witness? Do you think though, if like you think if you hook them up to a lie detector test and we're like, you guys are bullshitting, right? Do you think
Brother,
they'd pass that?
of what? Of like
Like
like a
the
lie detector?
yeah, basically like Jehovah's Witness, they know the rules, but they're still gonna eat turkey a couple days before Thanksgiving. Do you
Yeah.
think like if you hook them up to
Like
a
in
lie
their head,
detector,
like is it like
like do you
legit?
think if you were like, you guys know you're bullshitting, right? When you eat turkey 2 days before Thanksgiving, you're bullshitting, right?
I
Do you think
think
they'd pass the lie detector?
I think they would pass a lie detector test, but I think also you would be like I think they genuinely think not even that they're necessarily tricking God of like, oh wow, turkey's on sale. I wonder why. Oh, buy turkey. Oh, like, oh yeah, you
Hmm.
know what goes with turkey? Stuffing. Like I think they're playing fucking dumb and just pretending like, wow, that's weird. I mean, well, if all of these things are on sale or they're all prevalent and they're all part of,
Yeah.
whatever it is, I get more points this way or whatever the fuck it is. They're like, I don't even know. It's like gaslighting. It's closer to gaslighting.
So
You know what I'm
the
saying?
point, yeah, the point I'm trying to get at is like, I think a lot of times religious people probably know that like if you had them like alone in a room, like I don't know, confessional, they'd probably be like, yeah, like if you asked a
I
Jew
knew
about
I knew what I was doing.
if you ask a Jew about hanging up the string around the neighborhood, they'd probably be like, yeah, I know that's
I
fucking
mean,
bullshit. Or if they hire a black guy to turn their light on Saturday.
no, I think no. By the way, I think the Jewish guy. I think he would go like, well, no. If you look right here, you can see here it says, and it like I think they would show like they would.
Spot on, by the way.
I mean, if I can, do you have a Torah available here? Can I just show you right here? Look, if you look in chapter 4, you know what I mean. Like I think he would say like immediately.
Yeah,
I think the
I
Jehovah's Witnesses would be like, well, I never thought of it that way. Of like, they're never going to be. I
so
think Jehovah's Witnesses are the biggest liars of religion.
you think
Any religions, like any other ones, I think they will try to find a loophole. I think Jehovah's Witnesses are just like they also don't celebrate birthdays. It's apparently
here, but
because of like there's just not two people died in the Bible and they just go that's the rule now. So like I don't know.
yeah. The point I was trying to make is I think a lot of times with like the left wingers and the socialists, because it is so disconnected and autistic. It's like why at like a punk show you'll see like we've seen those guys where like they'll have just a sign that just has like 10 things that like are just understood by normal decent human beings of like don't just randomly be racist and sexist and stuff like that. But I think with them it's so much more about like just what you say. It's a hyper focus on what you say rather than like the specific things you do because it's like a constant living in a contradiction and shit like that. Like you were saying with the cell phone thing. Now, I don't fault people who believe a certain type of thing for like using a cell phone. You kind of like have to, and there's no real way to not get a slave cell phone and this and that. But also at the same time, it's like for those people to not sort of it's like the left wing people are going to be the most well, I guess right wing people do it too if you hit them on their particular things like with this and that on the right wing. But like with left wing people in general, they're going to like with the cancel culture stuff, they're going to be so fucking particular and stingent. And it's all centered around doing the, like a specific right or wrong. But then when it becomes their life, there's like a big understanding of nuance and stuff like that. I think it's just with them, there's such a disconnect between the words and the actions. It's why they can like contradict themselves so freely and not even understand like again, going back to like the Hassan Piker, like I feel like that dude genuinely doesn't understand why people would think it's fucking weird that a socialist would have $100,000 car.
Yeah, I think what it is the the denial or the willful. Let me try again. Willful ignorance of certain people that realize, like, yes, we do need that, but like there's a compromise of like, yes, that's not how we treat people in this country, but we found the loophole to where we can go, like, we can do business with countries that do treat their people that way, and that, and we can, and for some reason we can go like, hey, we just do business with the company. That country's freedom, because we believe in freedoms, that they can run their country how they want, but that's how we're able to make these phones at this price for these people. And it's like, and they're still technically not like affordable, but they just happen to lease them to us. You know what I'm saying? Like they make them still $1,000, $1,500,
No.
whatever the fuck it is. But it's like, but like you said, but also we have a dependence on them. So I think just pointing out a thing like that while you're holding a contradiction in your hand of being like, you're contributing to slave labor knowingly. Like, that's the thing, is like, we all know that. Like you said, we all know that. But you're just choosing not to focus on that. You're focusing on this thing. And it's like it's like one of those, it's like a, I hate the whataboutism, but like that's what they kind of like thrive in. So like
Why are
the
you not allowed to do? I understand it's not useful all the time, but that is a thing everyone does. It's like you're supposed to go, I hate whataboutism, but then why is that like the worst thing? Because obviously
I use it a lot to
sometimes,
defend myself.
well, no, sometimes whataboutism is stupid. Where it'll be like someone will do some. It's like, remember I was telling the story about the people being loud on Steph's porch,
Yeah.
and I was like, I have to get up at 5 a.m. They were like, I have to get up at 4 a.m. I go, well, my life is my life, and I would like it to be a certain type of way, and I think that's manageable under these circumstances.
Yeah,
So there are
please,
times where
please.
yeah, please, this really simple request.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to change your social economical beliefs or pay me a big money. I just want you to just please shush. Please shush.
Well, but there are times though where I think it's okay to be like, well, what about this? Because like there
Yeah,
are times where it
I
does
agree.
point out. But yeah, I guess I don't know. Sorry, I got super ADD there. Hey, sorry
No,
about earlier. I felt like I upset you.
no, not at all, brother. I promise.
Okay, I felt that, but I don't want to hurt anyone ever. I'm a very sensitive boy.
There's
Um,
a join the club, but there's
wait, there's a club. There's a club for us now.
yeah, but we're not accepting new applicants right now.
Fuck. It's so ironic because that really hurt me, and that makes me feel like I'd be ideal for the club.
Hey, that was the first test. You're in. Yes, brother. I knew you were gonna be. I've been talking to other guys for a while.
God.
Like, this guy's perfect for the club.
God, the poem I write about this is gonna be so good.
Come here, let's cry about it.
Let's talk, dude.
But the whataboutism in general is this like it's an effective way to point out like hypocrisy, like that shit of like, I understand what you're saying right now, but like, what about the shit that you're doing that's stupid or horrible or whatever it may be? And it's like, but that's when you realize like we're kind of stuck. You know what I mean? Like I think overall, like as the thing that everybody's been fearing and talking about that's gonna happen. I think we've been smack dab in the middle of it the whole time, and I don't know if this is. I don't think there's any big awakening. I don't think there's gonna be any big bing bong or boom bow or anything. I think this is just it, and it's just gonna be crazy chaos, horse shit for a while, and then we're gonna get to the like where it settles down again, but it's going to be a lot different than it used to be. Like, and like only old fucking fucks like us are gonna realize like Oh yeah, like it's not even. We're past like saying retard or whatever the fuck. Like we're past that. Like
Yeah, dude, doesn't it?
we are arguing about that still, but it's so past gay marriage. It's so past fucking trans anything. Like we're we're fucking cooked, brother.
Dude,
So like
gay and retard, such a good thing to throw out there, because you remember when it was like the first time Shane did SNL, he said gay and retard in his monologue, and there was a bunch of dudes who fucking pussies, if you ask me, because I never stopped, but there was a bunch of dudes who
yeah,
were
I'm
like,
lit up,
oh,
though, like
they're like, oh, gay and retard is back, but that was like a moment, not to like. Not to jerk Shane off, but like you just saw in the zeitgeist, like
yeah,
there were a bunch of dudes who were like afraid to say gay and retard that were really like, Shane said it on SNL. It's
yeah.
fucking back, dude.
I'm
It was they
feeling
were all they,
powered.
yeah, but dude, there literally was a shift in like the bro zeitgeist after Shane did that on SNL, and then but like. So like that was how whatever like 2-3 years ago. I forget when the first time he did it. And so that was like 2-3 years ago. And now it's like, I remember when we were doing the pod, I'd say retard or gay, and I'd be like, all right, I'm saying that a few too many times. I don't even think about it anymore, man. Because it's like we got so much more to worry about. You're like,
Yeah.
who cares, you retarded homo? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, we're fuck maxing ourselves. You know what I mean? Like we're just fucking ourselves over, and we're just going like, oh, it's worse than that. Oh my god, oh, did I just like, and it's okay. Like I think it's I start freaking out because I hear like there's a way that they can track every single thing you've ever done on a computer, and I go like, all right.
Well, that's how I feel about when they talk about.
I hope not.
Well,
there's some I mean, it's not like there's no CP. It's nothing. It's just like there's embarrassing Googles. I'm sure for sure, or the amount of porn that I've searched, like the amount of things I've.
There's
put,
certain
like,
things I don't want.
Nude, boobs, hot. Like.
You're still just searching boobs.
The amount of
they don't want to find out they don't want to find out a 38-year-old is still just searching boobs naked.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I there's definitely things that are going to embarrass me that if my own little personal Epstein files, I'm not going to jail. I mean, I don't think so. But that's what I'm saying is like if that's the case, I feel like that's a threat to be like, hey, you know what? They got all these data centers and they got all this other shit, and they're just expanding their memory so that they can hold on to a bunch of bullshit. And if I gotta say personally, if they're spending any memory like space or any of that stuff on me and my messages and stuff like that, they're wasting their fucking time.
Yeah.
There's like unless at a certain point, unless we get to a point in society where texting your friends, hateful messages will get you murdered, like then I am in huge, big time trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Having
I think
petty arguments online. Yeah, that's me. Wow.
Yeah,
it's
like on a personal level, it would be really nice if we didn't do that. If we didn't get to that thing where, like in England, you got some fucking lady cop showing up. She's like, "So you said you didn't like the president? You did. We're gonna bring you to jail."
Yeah. Hey, after you get out of the loo, we're gonna take you to the privy, and then we're gonna schmackle the doo and the boo. Like
they're like,
and you take your picture too.
Take your picture. Anyway, is that a muzzy stabbing a kid? Ah, we're busy.
Oh, I think that's in their book. That's in their book. We can't do anything.
It's in their book. We can't be racist. It's in their book to stab that kid.
Yeah, group chat leaks. We're all going to jail. Like legitimately.
Yeah.
It's like the thing where like I've said just crazy hateful shit for no reason whatsoever. I don't actually want to kill myself ever. Have I said it a bunch of times? Yup. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
do I find it oppressive that Twitter won't let me tweet out I want to kill myself? Yes.
A little.
I
mean, it's a part of my culture, but whatever.
Whatever. Deny my existence, I guess.
But I just think it's a thing where like, but also if the data is being collected on everyone, and this is where we come back to our Look at this. Look at this motherfucker right here, bringing it all back to whataboutism. What about your search history? What about your fucking details and all that shit? And then it's like, oh, and then they have to kind of, no matter what, brother. That's everybody. Everybody's gonna go unless they're just really good at being a fucking 100% bullshit liar, fucking asshole. Like they can do that. They do one of these. They go,
Are you saying we should?
no.
Are you saying we should start our own deep state? We should do a mom and pop deep state.
What about our deep? What about our deep state?
You want to do a reverse, dude? Let's do a reverse deep state, and we actually blackmail Hillary Clinton by saying she does really nice shit for people, and then she looks embarrassed at her satanic pedophile meetings.
Double Dutch deep state.
Yes.
Deep.
We're
dish.
gonna.
But now I'm hungry.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Fucking whataboutism, Whataburger. There's a lot to think about.
What about Whataburger?
Whataburgerism? How about that? What about a burger?
Yeah. Why can't I? Why can't I use that coupon at any location? I don't understand why they have to be participating. Get the fuck out of my country.
Did you see Whataburger had like you could get like a free chicken biscuit or something the other day, and it was like, I saw it, I was like, oh boy, and they're like between 6 and 9 a.m. I was like, fuck you.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you.
Suck my. So you're doing the fuck Pat sale. That's what you're doing. The hey, fuck Pat and Andy. They're stupid.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's the thing. That's a perk of being like, let's say we're just we're not in a business, but let's just say we're non-traditional incomes, right? As opposed to a normal 9 to 5 guy.
I really did. That's such a great way to call us poor. It's like a mixed race family, lesbian moms, non-traditional income, non-traditional family.
we make ends meet incomes.
Yeah.
But that's the benefit of having a 9 to 5.
I should have enough this week.
I was shopping for a memory, like extended memory and shit like that, or a hard drive. Like
you're just at Target. Like, do you guys have my childhood? I'm trying to.
I'm looking for nostalgia. Do
you
have
have
any memories here?
Oh God, do you guys have the whimsy of seeing a sunset for the first time?
How quick would they call security if I just went into some place and started asking them if they had any of my memories there?
Do you guys have my childhood?
Do you have any of my memories?
Do you have the?
I like to take my hat off. Well, did you have any memories here?
You're just looking at a bunch of external hard drives. You're like, do any of these have the smell of my dad's first car? They're like, sir, please leave.
Huh? I don't smoke, but would you mind smoking around me so I could just smell it?
Yeah, you're just outside standing next to people on a smoke break, and they're like, "You need anything?" You're like, "No, I just miss my dad."
Brother, you know how fucking hilarious I know I'm not like at the caliber of like celebrity that goes on that show, but if I ever made it to Are You Garbage, I might win that show.
Bro.
Like, because like I have a genuine nostalgia, like a core memory from my childhood.
Yeah.
Like, when I was too young to go to school. So I must have been 4 at least, right? I think, because if I'm not able to, or it might have been summertime, I don't know. But I was definitely like a little kid because I had to be with my mom all the time and I couldn't go to school or anything like that. But
yeah,
like, she would do at-home medical transcription, which means like she would listen to doctors' like notes that they would do in their little recorders, and then she would like type it down and then save it, and there were like she would have to actually go deliver the tapes back to the office and then pick up new tapes and all that other shit. So we would go down to the office. My mom smoked at that time, Winston Light 100s, and I remember
not a bad cheap cigarette. I should
not
say
a bad cheap cigarette, right?
Not a bad cheap cigarette.
I always felt like she was classy because she had the 100s. But
yeah, that's the.
I felt like it was more cigarette, but it's not more cigarette.
It's not.
It's more
stretch.
Oh, I think I'm pretty sure. Like it might be equal to or something, but it's not like necessarily.
I mean, that's just a part of the constant war on the poor.
Yeah,
You think you really can't just give them a little bit more of the tobacco?
The war on the poor.
Dude, legitimately, that's like, don't, not to cut your story off, but that was like the joke I made on Panties the one time, like parking all these cars. Legitimately, the more expensive cars have more pleasant put on your seatbelt things.
Yeah, yeah.
Like literally in the
They don't wanna bug
cheaper cars, it's like, brr, brr, and literally you'll have a woman's voice going, put on your seatbelt, put on your seatbelt.
Yeah.
And in the more expensive cars,
Turn
it's
the radio off. I had a car once where they just turned my fucking radio off.
if you didn't put the seatbelt on.
Yeah, they would it would ding for a little bit, and then if you didn't put your thing on, it would just be like, all right, well then you're not listening to the radio. Like, okay.
Yeah. You're like, what? But I'm sorry, your mother, Winston.
So yeah, I would go. Yeah, Pall Malls were another one. No, but we would go to the medical transcription place on 66th Street, and she would go in the back and she would talk to. I think the lady's name was like she had like one of those classic secretary type names, Dottie or something like that.
Dolores, yeah.
Yeah, like Debbie, Dottie, something like that. And they would be in the back talking and smoking cigarettes, and I would be hanging out with her. And like in Florida, like there was always like puddles, like it would always rain. So like in this parking lot, there's a bunch of puddles. When they were done with their cigarettes, they would let me flick them into the puddles so I could hear the.
Wait. Oh, dude, I forgot about this. You told me this a while ago.
That's like when people like say like happy warm memories. That's a fun that's like I remember being like so excited to get to do that.
The idea of an adult handing a child a cigarette, like a smoked cigarette to flick it.
Be careful now, like that kind of thing. Like, okay, here's how you hold it, and then like they would, and I would flick them into.
Dude, that's crazy. That's so funny.
I love the sound. I love the like that when it would like go out. Yeah,
that is sick though.
Yeah. I was a big fire kid.
I think. Well, we talked about this. Everyone's a big fire kid.
That was the that's legitimately so like I that being just one of my wonderful lovely childhood memories.
I have nothing like that, but I have a good whenever it's like medium warm out, I think about like smoking a cigarette, because whenever I would go to shows as a kid in between bands, you'd all step outside and smoke cigarettes, and like it's the smell of a parking lot makes me think of cigarettes, because I would associate it with like ripping cigs, and then especially with like Warped Tour, you'd be outside all day, and I would do it at this place called Montage Mountain in I think that was in Scranton. Was that in Scranton? I can't remember where that was.
Sounds crazy. I've never heard that.
It's in PA. It was like a big Montage Mountain, PA.
Hey, how about them boats, Rocco?
Yeah, it was in Scranton. We'd always go to that. We'd always go to the Scranton Warped Tour instead of Camden, because our parents were afraid of us going to Camden alone.
That makes sense.
That's a completely smart thing of our parents.
Especially for like a festival where you're going to be distracted.
Yeah, speaking of cars, did y'all see the legislation passed for kill switches to be installed in all new 2027?
Yeah, we're cooked. That's what I'm saying. It's like the new thing is going to be like that, but and everybody has that fucking stupid fucking argument of if you're not breaking any laws, what's going on? Like, well, we're getting into the point where like they're cheating again. And I don't like when law enforcement or authorities cheat, because you can't just go like, oh, because it was started with like red light cameras and fucking cameras in general, like those shits, speed traps, like stuff like where they're just like, we're going to hide in unmarked cars, and we're gonna shoot your car with laser beams to catch you. It's like one of those things of like they've not been protecting us for a while, brother. This is
that's the essence of policing is not. It's the like. In the most simplest terms, it's the problem with modern policing is it's not about preventative measures. I don't know if I said that right. It's not about preventing crime. It's about responding to crime. Like that there's a lot of problems with modern policing, but the simplest way to put it is like, in my opinion, their core problem is there's a heavy focus on responding to crime, not preventing crime. But dude, I got to tell you, that whole we need like a subset of I'm not trying to do dehumanizing language, because that's how you end up causing a genocide in Palestine. But like there is a subset of human, I gotta tell you, where it's not that they should have less rights, but like it's just it's there's like a type of human in society that is just a very passive person, but then it's like that's fine, just stop then they try to like participate, because if you're just gonna be a person who's so brain dead that you say, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, what's the big deal? I go like, bro, have you not paid attention to anything ever? Like,
Yeah,
literally, have you just never
I'm
paid?
entitled to be wrong in my house. I'm entitled to be wrong in my house, and then if you suspect something going wrong in my house, there's like things that you have to go to, reasonable doubt, getting a warrant, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. But that's the thing is we're past that now. Everybody's past that part of it where you're just like, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you're like, I mean, like
Well, it's
mistakes
such a
happen too. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the thing. It's such like a brain. It's such like a brain dead dude. I watched. I forget if it was on Netflix or where the fuck it was on, but it was just like a documentary about like all these people who there's a bunch of people who don't have a healthy level of like paranoia for the cops and the police and all the government employees. And they're just like, and they're just good people trying to help the officer out, and they don't realize, like, just giving them way too much information, and they don't realize that the officers they already decided you're guilty. They're just trying to gather the right type of information to make you guilty. And if you're not going to give them that, they're just going to pressure you into admitting. Like, dude, I forget what it was called, but it was like a whole multi-part TV show of just like, and I don't mean to be mean to them, but they are dumb, but like, it's like dumb, but like well-meaning people. They literally just like, I'm just trying to help the cops out. And then they interview them for fucking hours and hours and hours. And then the cop just gets them to admit that they like killed a guy and shit like that. And it's just like, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, how's the cop going to frame you for a crime? Like, it's like, what are you fucking talking about, man? Have you never, like, people say things sometimes where I go like, hey man, have you never watched anything? Like, have you never, like, what the fuck was, we love making fun of Ted Cruz. He had, I remember I made a joke on Twitter one time where Ted Cruz saw like a Tesla and he's like, this has to be the coolest thing I've ever seen. I go, have you only ever seen like 10 things? What are you fucking talking about, dude?
Yeah.
Like, go look at more shit.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's just the overall thing. It's funny because I actually just had this. I was talking to Dom about it. I think it was today. It was either today or yesterday.
Real quick before you get into that, let's go. First Drag the Lake I've been able to watch live. Let's fucking go.
Yes, Friday one.
Friday live. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify or any of the apps, youtube.com/. We haven't gotten the URL. youtube.com/@dragthelake732 and also twitch.tv/AndyMalfrina. Big Cheese. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, Triple G rules. I think there's a weird, like, so I was talking about this with Dom of like where ICE just kind of, like just ICE going around going and just kind of with anybody now just goes up to random people, and if you don't have your papers, you're essentially guilty until proven innocent, and like kind of shit like that, where it's like that's it's really funny because I'm like, that's a reality now. And I said, I kind of feel like everybody's caught up to my paranoia of the cops, because like even though I grew up and I've never really had any legitimate like run-ins, because I always, it's the same thing with going to the high school and middle school I went to. I just kept my head down. I didn't want to make eye contact with anybody. I don't want to cause any trouble. I'm just here to fucking exist. I have to be here legally, so I'm here every day. And
my parents will get arrested if I don't come here.
It felt like a sentence. It really did. Was like this thing of like, I have to come here. These are my required things that I have to do. The only one that I won't participate in is gym, but like other than that, fuck it. So it's like, okay, cool, whatever, that's fine. But like now, that's how I did. Like it had this thing where I told Tom, I was like, I will acknowledge and recognize the fact that, like, white privilege of, like, what it is. Now that I learned what it is, that fact that, like, I wish I had been aware of it earlier, because I had such a unhealthy, crazy fear of the police all the time, whether it be from like listening to a bunch of punk music, like just watching. This was I was growing up. My like adolescence was like Rodney King, fucking a lot of police, like Ruby Ridge, a lot of those other things, like Waco. As I'm growing up, I'm seeing that this shit's happening of like police actions of like yeah, they're not allowed to, but like they can just do it. They can kind of like shoot first, ask questions later. Like they have that luxury. So like
Yeah.
I always felt this really, really crazy fear of the police, or if they pulled up next to me, I would like freak out. If I saw a cop at all, like I would just be like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't feel comfortable around police, or I didn't feel like I had anything. I just felt like I was being. It was kind of like one of those things of even in authority figures in like high school, because I had like a mohawk or some other shit. Like they would like
Yeah.
kind of bully me or like make fun of me and shit like that. And
I
like
don't know, dude.
and like
I hear you on the white privilege stuff, and I've always said too, like the white privilege conversation is boring to me because I'm always just like, so you're saying the majority race in a country statistically has it easier? Get the fuck out of here. But also at the same time though, like you also can't forget like you were poor growing up in a shitty area of Florida, so you should have been afraid of the cops.
and
Because
also
that's really like when people talk about the cops and they talk about privilege and stuff like that, the real privilege is the perception of consequences. So like if the cops perceive you as having money and something can happen to me, they're not going to fuck with you. But if the cops perceive you as, oh, they're not going to be able to do shit, they're going to fuck with you. And unfortunately, because of our country's history, that is statistically more often black and brown people. So that's where like that privilege comes from and shit like that. But you were like, I don't know. I don't want you to like fucking beat yourself up because like you did grow up poor as fucking Florida and you earned that fear of the cops.
it was a thing where like it like just, but it was the same thing of like keep my head down, just don't draw attention to myself. And I was like one of those things. I'm like that's kind of what everybody. If you want to survive this, because it's like it's happening whether people protest or like it or not or do anything like that. It's fucking just happening. And I'm not saying you have to accept it, but like if you don't want to like lose people or if you want to make an effect, I feel like Derek has the same thing where I was like, he says my blood pressure shoots through the roof every time I see a cop still, and I'm not even a criminal. Same thing of like legitimately the worst thing that might be is I might have some fucking weed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Well, no,
allegedly, but it's like bought here. It's bought at a store. But even then, I don't know if that's. I don't know what's a legal store. What's not? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
well,
Like I don't know who's accredited, who's what. It's like there's this weird thing where like there's a weird, and this is the thing is like if we're in a police state, I just want to know what are your expectations.
yeah.
Because I understand that it's authoritarian.
It's just
but, like,
we're at a
you could just let me know the rule. Like I don't want to be part of the trial and error. I don't want to be part of the R&D of this particular police state where they're like, "Is this illegal?"
Well, no, and that goes hand in hand with a thing I was gonna say. You were kind of getting at this point slightly earlier, and I was gonna say, it's like, because like I have two versions of me. There's the one version of me that goes like, I don't just accept bullies. I don't just accept bad people. I go like, like, even if I'm like a one voice, blah blah blah, I'm still gonna say the right thing and da da da. And then there's the other part of me where it's like, hey man, if it's like aliens and like they're putting chemtrails into the world, just like let me know, because it's like I want to find out if it's like.
Is it me?
Like,
or is it are you doing this to me?
You know what I mean? Like, because that was the thing I was gonna bring up. Like, I listened to a little bit of this episode of Tucker Carlson talking to this dude about chemtrails, and apparently chemtrails are like super real. And it's just like, okay, so they're just spraying chemicals in the air to control us, like,
and the weather.
And you go like, well, what do I do then? Because like, if that's real, I go, can you guys calm down? Because it like. Like,
okay, yeah, like this is happening. Okay, so do you have a solution? No. Okay, so can we just like have a fucking beer and just chill? Like I'm saying it. can we just have a fucking beer and just like chill out right now?
But even
And
even
just
then,
talk
there
about music or something else.
even then there is a solution. There is a solution where you go like, okay, like what is it? Are we able to make the government smaller and live our own lives, or is it just so fucking big that it's like it's all encompassing and controlling us? And it's like then the solution is us just being like, hey guys, can you please chill the fuck out? Like, can you make it a little bit more livable?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude,
Yeah,
I had like a weird. So I worked a shift last night, and then I stopped at the fuck is it called? Hoboken Pie. And I gotta give them credit. It's like the best. It's the best slice of pizza in. I think it's the best slice of pizza in Austin. I haven't gone to Home Slice yet. People say Home Slice is really good. So
great
I
meatballs,
actually,
by the way, too. Meatballs
yeah,
and their garlic knots there are fucking top notch.
yeah, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
got to go to Home Slice because I think I actually kind of work near it. But no, it's like I don't, I think compared to actual New York, New Jersey pizza, it probably gets dusted. But Home Slice or Hoboken Pie is like a pretty solid pizza. And I go there after my shift last night, and I just go, I'm not paying attention, and I just go like, I was like, yo, can I get 2 plain? And they got the regular size cans of Diet Coke. And I was like, can I get a Diet Coke? And the guy goes, that'll be $15.71. And I go, what are we fucking doing, man? What are we fucking doing?
Did
And
you
I'm
say
like,
that to him?
I didn't say it with my words, but I
Oh,
didn't
oh.
I didn't hide my face because
Did you flinch? I always go.
I think I did that where I think I did the Undertaker. I was like grabbing money. And I was grabbing a couple bills, going, "This will be plenty. This will be more. He'll have a tip."
You know what? Keep the change, buddy. It's a
Yeah.
fucking Thursday night. Who gives?
And then he said
There you go, buddy.
1571, and I just hit him with the Undertaker. I went boom.
What?
And then the dude was already on thin ice. He got himself out of a tip very quickly because I walked in and I stood there and I was standing there for a good 30 to 60 seconds, and he did not even attempt to finish his conversation with the other guy. Like, just I'm standing there and he's just like, no, I will finish this full conversation.
Yeah.
And then he does this and then very lazily comes back. He's like, what can I get you, buddy? And then rings it up, 1571. I pull out a 20 and he's like, I don't got enough to break a 20. I go, what are you guys doing here,
Wait,
man?
$15 and he doesn't have enough to break.
Bro,
it?
I pulled out a 20 and he's like, I don't have money to break a 20. I was like, you don't have ones and chains?
You don't have $4?
You don't have $4.29?
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
what do you? And I go, nah, you don't get it. You don't get nothing.
Okay. No problem then. Here's $15 and give him exact change.
Yeah, yeah. And then the funny part was, so I put the 20 back, and he's like, let's just make it an even 50. I go, oh, thank you. Ooh, we went from a rape to a fingering.
Yeah, I will say the price there is. I mean, but that's just kind of, I think, just everywhere. Just
But I don't even blame him. That's the
No.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't even like, the $3 for a regular sized Diet Coke was insane. But
$3.
yeah, because it's
Yeah.
it's $5.25 a slice, $5.25 for a regular slice, and then $3 for fucking 8-ounce, 12-ounce Diet Coke, whatever the fuck it was. And no, it would, but I was just sitting there and I was like, man, we don't even get to like chill in our spare time. Like you can't even be like poor to middle class and just be like just chilling. Just the simplest of thing. Like this is a fancy cracker with cheese. And I can't even get that for fucking cheap. You know what I mean? It's not even just like a bowl. Like I have to go to a gas station. If I want to actually eat for cheap, I have to go to a gas station and get a hot dog that's been on the roller for 9 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's Austin. I think it's just in general, like it could be like the tariffs and the other bullshits or whatever the fuck they're talking about. Like could be all the wars that are happening all over the world. I have no idea, but it's also like, we don't like, even in how much of our food in this country is actually like food kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like we know what you're doing. You call it premium mozzarella, but it's It's a different clear plastic bag that you get out of the same fucking Cisco truck. So just shut the fuck up. Make
Yeah.
my pizza. Put maybe $2. Dude, dollar pizza, man. I've got to tell you. Dollar pizza. If you're at the end of a shift, let's just say like you're going after the end of a shift or something like that, or you're on your way home, let's just say just at the end of a long day, and you just go like, oh shit, I'll pop in here, get a couple fucking dollar slices and a Coke or Diet Coke or whatever the fuck it is, Dr. Pepper baby. It's good and nice. You know what I mean? Like, and then you sit down and you fucking take a bite of that, like fresh out of the fucking oven, like because they put it in the oven, they do all that shit there at Hoboken Pie.
Dude,
But like,
it
it's like the same
tasted
thing.
good.
But
I'm
you're
not even shitting on the pizza.
But it's like it's the same thing of like I can get a better quality slice in the city for like a $2 again maybe, but I think there's like it's kind of famous. There's dollar slice pizza or whatever, and like to get a full. I think I talked about this before. It was at Compound, and I was like there,
Yeah,
and
there was always a dollar slice place right across the street.
like I remember one time I was there doing I was filming shit with Bobby Timbura and like and shit like
Yeah.
that and Mike O'Donnell and Manny and stuff like that, and like he's like, oh, I wanted to treat you guys to a pizza, and like came back with it. I was like, this is the fucking top pizza. This is fucking. I was also starving, and he was just like, yeah, this is, and he kind of looked at me weird. Which, by the way, fuck you for that. Like, it's good pizza. It's famous here, stupid. But he was just kind of like, it's dollar slice. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, first of all, the way to thank us, dickhead, to get us the cheapest pizza you possibly can. But just so happens, I love it, dickhead. But that being a dollar in actual Hoboken, and then you going to fucking Hoboken Pie in Austin, and them going, it's going to be $15 for 2 slices and a
Yeah.
can of Diet Coke. No,
Well,
that's
just to be completely fair, I just looked it up because I remember when we still lived in Jersey and we'd go to Brooklyn Comedy Club all the time. There was this dope pizza spot we would walk down the street that was like 3-4 blocks away,
Mhm.
and we'd usually grab some food there before leaving. Last time we were there, which was like around COVID at the latest, it was, I remember pizza there would be like $3 a slice. So, and I just looked it up. I just asked Grok, and it looks like the average price of New York City is like $3.50 to $4. But still, that's like New York City. And it's just, and I gotta be again too, like, I don't know. Like, I've been watching, it's funny. I found this like random TikTok account where this dude asked business owners about like how they price things and their margins and all this different business stuff. And I'll be like, I'll give him benefit of the doubt. I don't know what goes into actually like pricing your pizza. I'm sure he could make money and make it a little bit cheaper, but even a little bit cheaper, it's probably still going to be more than it should be in this and that. I guess the point I'm going at is like, it's like, you just, you look at the powers that be that like run everything and like really affect your life. And it's like, it's a thing of like, we're getting to a point where I can't even just pop into I can't even like grab a couple slices of pizza for cheap. Like, this is where I have to be. And I mean,
there's no cheap option, essentially.
Again, for the sake of fairness, Hoboken Pie's right off 6th Street, but still,
yeah,
it's just like, hey man, if you guys are running it, can you just let up a little bit? Like, I'll be like, if it's aliens and they're and they're doing all this and that, I'll be your little puppy dog battery, whatever you need, man.
yeah.
I just need cheap slices, dude. You gotta change my fucking pee pad a little bit more often. You're not giving me
There's plenty of stuff that scares and stresses me out and gets me horny. Like, this doesn't work for me. So like, let's fix. It's one of those things where like, it's legitimately, this is. I get what you're doing. You're feeding on our fear and our hormones and all that other. Bullshit. Fine. Just keep the Reddit. Like, let's take some of these fucking restrictions off Texas porno. Okay, let's work on that, and then we'll also just I'm scared of enough.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'll be your presidential candidate, but this is my platform. The food's got to be cheaper. The porn's got to be less violent.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
If you run on that platform, and that's the kind of honesty we need. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. It's got to be cheap to do bad stuff to yourself.
Yeah,
It can't be the same. It can't be restaurant price to do bad things to yourself.
well, that's what they do. That's what they end up getting. It's funny because they talk about. It's really interesting because they talk about the addictive qualities or addictive elements of like soda, sugar, caffeine,
Yeah.
cigarettes, all this other shit. And instead of just going like we're going to ban them or we're going to stop poisoning our own country, which is I do appreciate the fact that they give us the option. They just go, we're gonna tax the fuck out of it. Remember when they in like New York when they did that shit too? When they're like, oh, sodas in big cities now are gonna be, or like sodas in New York were like $5 a piece or something like that, or like they tried to basically just tax you out of being
Yeah,
fat.
they did a
And
fatty
it's like,
tax.
no, 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 no. You don't get to do that. It's either is it poison and we shouldn't have it, or you can't just do this thing where like that's the equivalent of a fucking parent finding you smoking and be like, well, you're gonna smoke the whole carton. And it's like, that's the worst fucking thing, you idiot. So now I'm poor and fat because I am addicted to this, and you're not actually offering any kind of solution to it except for just being like, well, if you like that, why don't you have the whole 12 pack of Dr. Pepper? Huh? You want a whole cake? You go ahead. Go ahead, have a whole cake. It's gonna cost you. But it's like one of
Yeah.
those things that like why don't you know it's already costing me? That's why you're acknowledging that it's bad, but you don't actually so like we get it, lizard people. We get it. You're in charge. You're our overlords. Blah, 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 blah. We love you. Blah, 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 blah,
We
blah.
love you.
But like, can you just please bring back the dollar menu? Can you please bring back a spicy McChicken?
Well, and
Because
that
that's gonna help fuel the pornography and the doom scrolling. Okay?
yeah. Cuz that's the thing. That's the thing too about what people underappreciate how evil the people running the government are is cuz it's like I
They're not people.
refuse. Yeah, true, true, true.
The
The
dang
lizards
swamp.
run
It's
the
not a
ri-
swamp. Swamp's cool.
Swamp's cool.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No, I was just reading the comment. Mexicans hate the soda tax. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because Mexican Coke is like that. That it just as it got popular, then all of a sudden here comes a soda tax. Like when they're like Mexican Coke's way better than regular Coke, and they go, well, if the more sugar you got, the more you're gonna pay for it. You're like, that was the original fucking hateful tariff.
Yeah.
But let's
I'm
not
so
make it
sorry. I'm
illegal.
actually I have to piss so bad. That's why I'm incredibly distracted right now.
Okay, that's all right,
I'm
brother.
just thinking about my dick. I'm gonna be right back. Sorry.
We all are too. Don't worry. No, I think just taxing the shit like that is not necessarily the solution. It could be an answer, but it's not. Yeah, the McCrispy is infinitely better. I'm okay with paying a little bit more for a spicy version of than wishing for the return of the spicy McChicken. I don't give a shit about. I think it's kind of like it's like a thing about like I don't care about necessarily what's on the menu, but if, like having affordable shit happen is a little bit more important. I think. So like I think again, like Andy was saying, like making cheap shit, like bad stuff cheap again, kind of like having that option. But I saw somebody else. Hold on, where is it? Gas station food. Cellrat said gas station food is what fast food used to be. Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's a good point. That was the thing I realized the first time. I mean, and this was like early 2000s because I was in like Orlando or some shit. But because I was in Orlando on like Disney property, that was a thing where it was letting me know that like Disney owns this land. So anything on this land has like is going to cost what it does, but then whatever they have to pay Disney. So that was the first time that was in the prime years of the dollar menu. And that was a good like you had your dollar menu like order. So me and my buddy at like I think we were probably 17 maybe 18, I can't even remember. We were in our teens, maybe 20. But like this was yeah, early 2000s. So I had to have been like 17 probably. This is the first time we're ever going out of like on a long trip on our own to a show, concert or whatever, out of like St. Pete or like Tampa. So we're in Orlando for the first time and we're trying to like we're thinking like every time you go to Orlando you just have a whole day, but then this is also coming to the realization everything costs money, everything like takes a lot to do something. So we visited Dinosaur World on the way there. There was like a place that had all these like plaster dinosaurs on the side of the road. And then when we actually got to like the Orlando area, we found out we couldn't afford anything because anything that you planned on or anything that you had like a knowledge of, whatever it was, all had to pay. You had to pay that plus the Disney tax. So like the dollar menu, when you try to get a couple McDoubles or something like that, two McDoubles was like $5, and I had basically the same thing you did. Was like that was me taking it easy. You know, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that wasn't this. This again was the prime dollar menu years. But what we did instead, exactly what Cellrat was saying, is we went to the gas station and got fucking like the dollars at the $2. What was it? Two big bites for like $1.50 or some shit like that.
What's a big
And
bite?
just a big hot dog.
Oh, okay.
It's
No,
literally
because
then all the fixins, baby.
I would many of the gas stations around me would be like you'd see the little heat locker with like
Yeah,
the fucking the fucking little shitty burgers and chicken sandwiches in there and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would
Sorry,
definitely.
Dom called me while you were away. I gotta check to see what she's calling about real quick.
Oh yeah, no
I'll be
worries.
right back. Sorry.
No worries. um Fuck, I was thinking about something while I was gone. Actually, let me do a quick little plug-a-rooski while I'm here. Because I did just reminding people. Well, yeah, you guys know, listen to Panties in the Mouth. I can't imagine any of you who listen to this and not that. But the episode with Ian this week was historic. It was a pretty good fucking episode. It was really fucking fun. Sigs on the Stew, good time. Go listen to the new Panties. And then I've been doing a lot more music content over on my main page. I don't even know what to call my main page anymore, but Andy Malfrina 610. If you guys want to see me do some music content, you can go over there and check that out. And I did want to do a big thank you to you guys watching the show on on YouTube. Because I've been noticing, dude, it's kind of crazy. Like, we were doing the podcast the way we were doing it forever, and the views were so erratic and inconsistent and stuff. And I got to tell you, I look back at the live numbers, and they're like steadily, they're at a steady spot, and they're higher than they normally were before we started doing it this way. So just a big thank you guys for being so consistent and watching it and hanging out with us so often. Because I'm looking back at it's just kind of funny. Like it was for the longest time just hyper worrying about how to do it the right way and this and that, and then something sort of like broke in us, and we just stopped. Like, we never stopped wanting to do this. We always loved doing this, but like the give a fuck thing kind of broke. And then just to see it sort of be consistently better, and when we're just kind of focusing on having a good time and talking about shit we care about and not trying to force it, and seeing you guys fuck with that, that's very cool. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys. Would love to see a review of the Traumatization EP when it drops here in a few weeks. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll definitely check out that. Any plans for a live PITM? Nothing in the near future, but it's always on the table. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing we like to do. We were doing it for a while off of Congress, and it was just like a weird spot to get people out to on a Sunday. And I wasn't particularly a big fan of doing. I was talking to Lemaire about that. I love doing the live podcast, but I wasn't like a huge fan of doing it over there because it was like hard to get people out there that time of the week. Thanks for making my weekday not blow, fellas. Well, you're making our day not blow too. So start only eating local. If I go out for food, shit ain't cheap. But if I buy food, I want it to be delicious. Well, so that's like a new thing I've been focusing on a lot more, because I think I told you guys about it, but just an update for anyone who missed it. I can't remember like what stream I did it on, but that was like a big thing. I had like a monumental fucking binge eating night the other night where I was parking some cars, finished up, and I don't know why. I don't know exactly where. Well, I think it's like a problem avoidance thing. I don't know exactly where the overeating stuff comes from, but it definitely is associated to some sort of like problem avoidance of like focusing, because it is a thing of like, I feel sad, let me eat a bunch of cheeseburgers. And it the problem avoidance comes in of like not wanting to like figure out my shit. So I'm just gonna go focus on drinking and eating cheeseburgers and stuff. And I just had like a monumental night of, I get off my shift, I'm in a bad mood. So what do? I immediately ordered two McDoubles and two McChickens. Eat those immediately. And I'm doing this knowing Steph has Taco Bell waiting for me at home.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I'm like, I'm completely full. You know what I mean? I just housed a shit ton of food. I'm completely full. And then I just start housing the Taco Bell. Not even a little. And I'm just like doing it, going like, why am I doing this? Yeah. I'm not hungry. And then immediately, and I had a couple beers and stuff, and then just feel absolutely sick, just feel absolutely disgusting. And it was just like, it felt like a big low point for me. And I'm just like, I need to stop. Like, this is crazy. I'm still doing this. It's like, you're just eating cheeseburgers to avoid your problems. And it was, and also too, it's just like, I'm getting to a point where like I used to be able to like do that and get back to it pretty easily in my 20s. I just can't do that the same way now that I'm 35. I just can't. And I'm now hitting a point where I'm like, food, because I do fucking love food, but I'm like forcing myself to be more choosy with my shit, where it's like, okay, man, we can only do so much every day. We can't just house everything under the fucking sun every day and bounce back the same way we used to. So it's actually literally forcing me to be much more choosy about what I eat. Cause I go like, well, do I want to stop and get McDonald's, or do I want to like actually wait till I get home to eat something like and make something good for myself? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I crave, like, I'm addicted to the
Pat low-key dying while Andy is hitting a monologue. And the funny part too is I didn't even notice it, because sometimes when I'm on one, I have to just like stare off so I don't get distracted by anything.
Yeah.
So it'd be so funny if you're down there just like, and I'm just like, so here's the thing about eating cheeseburgers.
2 cheeseburgers, No, I think like I've had those things too, where like I, eat feelings or I had a Monday, you know what I mean? So I had on the way home, I think even that day too, like it was like multiple times of like stopping, of like, in the same sense, I know I'm going home to where there's like food I can eat or warm up or leftovers or whatever, but I'll like eat that on my way home to go eat. But it's, avoiding, it's
you're good. A bang banger.
When you're good mood, when you're bad mood, when you're whatever, like you have your travel eats a lot of times. What's your car food? You know what I mean? So like, and it's a thing where, like you said, there's a point where that's gonna fucking catch up with you, and that's how. But that's also, it's not it's not necessarily the like, the wanting to live healthier, but it's also wanting to break that like dependence. Do you know what I mean? Like, because out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Like, if I don't think that, with me, it's a lot of impulse control issues, where it's like the fact that it just enjoys, or it actually exists, and like a lot of places are 24 hours, and a lot of things are like, it's just kind of this thing of like, again, like you said, not necessarily something that you're gonna enjoy. It's not necessarily, you're just kind of numb to it. It's just like this weird, crazy habit that,
it's
like,
similar.
It's a coping mechanism. It's like medicating or whatever it is, but it's also like, it's not.
It's similar to like drug addiction, where obviously drug addiction are way worse, but I do think functionally it's the same thing, because I've said this before. Like, I was listening to a guy talk about the feeling he would get going to get his heroin, and I go, that's how I feel in the McDonald's drive-thru. So like, obviously one's worse than the other. Mine. No, obviously obviously one's worse than the other, but it's functionally like the same process, in my opinion. And it's like, it's the thing I've been much more better at reminding myself when better at reminding myself when I'm actually hungry, to be like, You're just remembering those times where it fucking hit. You're not remembering the fucking oh my tummy afterwards. And it's like
Yeah.
let's not forget that. This is because it's like you lie to yourself and you go, this is gonna be so fucking sick. I'm gonna eat some McDonald's. I'll feel a little sluggish, but it's just gonna taste so fucking good. And then you do it. It's good for, it's good for the however many bites it takes to eat it, and then it immediately because every time I do shit like that, the second I get full, I go, really wish I didn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like everything that I do for pleasure, release, coping, anything, medicating, whatever, is all kind of like bad for me, or I feel I have shame tied to it, and I don't know if it's because, but it's also like people that are like, well, you should do therapy, you should do this. Like, yes, I agree that that is a good thing to do, but it's also like that's also not just the answer. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it can help give you I would love the tools to help navigate my shitty behaviors to at least be able to like figure out how to like even lower. See, that's the thing. Is I'm a low bar guy. I'm a low bar guy. You know
Little
what
bar
I'm saying?
guy.
If I can lower the percentage of times I make the decision to go to Whataburger, that's a win.
Oh, and you
You know what
got
I'm saying?
one.
If I can have Diet Coke in the fridge and not fucking put some ice in a fucking cup, crack that bitch. But that's the thing. I don't fucking do heroin. I don't drink alcohol really. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not those aren't my jams. It's just the jams that I have are still damaging my body, but they're just so much more accessible than most other jams that maybe I should switch to heroin. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so much harder to get.
Yeah, it would
What do you
actually
think, chat?
you'd honestly, Pat, getting heroin, you'd get your steps in.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
would. And honestly,
Yeah.
I can practice. I don't really have a lot of, I'm not really vascular. All right.
We could also, and
I'm
kind
not
of goes
Andre Vasilevsky.
bit of a crowbar guy myself. I'm assuming he means the band Crowbar. Just being because we could also go that direction. We could be big meaty men just lifting weights.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is I take a I've talked about it a bunch of times. Remember when I went to the doctor and like I told him how concerned I was about my own eating habits, but I told him how I drink my coffee. I told him the vitamins and the probiotics and stuff I take every day, and he goes, "Yeah, I don't see any problem with it." And I go, I mean, it's a lot. I was trying really not to undersell it to the doctor, but he was like not concerned whatsoever. I was like, I'm in like my late 30s, brother.
They're like, look at me. Clearly, I'm
Yeah,
not doing it
I
right.
want a second opinion. You're bad at this.
Yeah, I
Because
got it.
it's the
Like,
thing.
and I'm not even trying to shit on you, but because I'd be in the exact same boat.
I think about it every time.
If a doctor looked at either of us and was like, "Oh, you're fine on the weight stuff," I go, "You're a bad doctor."
Yeah, you're bad at being a doctor. It's like it's not only now I'm at the age now where it's gonna start being bad on my joints and my bones and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get into those. I mean, 40's not that age necessarily, but I'm
It's
not
the
doing
start of it,
I'm not
dude.
doing peptides. I'm not doing HGH. I'm not doing all the shit that everybody else is doing where they're just like, I wonder what this is gonna do to me in 7 years. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a thing where like I have I have the amount of healthy I've ever been, but my eating habits I don't feel like have changed almost at all. Except for
What are
the
you?
intermittent fasting is the only thing that like I felt like the most and it like other diets I've been on.
What is?
You
What
know.
is? What's your general vibe during the week?
Eh, eh, I forgot to eat. I'm gonna eat. I'm eating. And then it's
Is it
just
like? Is it like a binge eating thing? Like you forget to eat and then eat a fuck ton?
sometimes and then other times like if if I if I have good things available. If there was like a fucking like Chipotle, actually, you know what? I should probably no, because Chipotle is not open late. But I was thinking if there's like a essentially 24-hour like Chipotle, I
Yeah.
don't know if that's considered good. But even if I get salads from there or just get some meat from there, like I try to go vegetarian when I can. But I eat a ton of red meat. I eat a ton of. I eat fast food multiple times a week, like every week.
How many times a week?
I,
5?
I'd say 3 to 5.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's maybe not as much, but it's honestly, it's not necessarily just because I'm like going, I'm not going to go to fast food. It's just I don't have the car. You know what I
What
mean?
do
Like
you?
I'm not going to DoorDash it. So it's not like I'm not like, you know,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
soda pretty much every day, even though,
Is it?
even if it's just 1 20 ounce, it's at least once a day.
Yeah.
That's where, you know, shit like that. Like again,
Well,
diet soda. Hmm.
is it like a routine thing?
I feel like it's habits, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more habitual and it's more like availability. It's but
Yeah.
like it's a lack of discipline. I've told you this. Like
Yeah.
it kind of stemmed everywhere from like jujitsu. Like it was like I want to lose weight so I can be better at jujitsu. Like it was kind of everything fed into that, but it was also complementary. So like I would take the vitamins to offset the diet, the exercise plus the intermittent fasting with the diet, then I was still able to at least get down to like the lowest I got was like 240.
What
And
are you
then
now?
probably like 320 something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
not my worst, but it's up there. You know
No,
what I mean?
I haven't checked my weight in a while, but I'm anywhere between 290 and 310.
Yeah. So it's like it's bad news. You know what I'm saying? But I know that I've been in that position before, and I think like with the lack of money, also not loving it here. You know what I'm saying? This like
Well,
Texas in
that
general.
being
Texas depression, the mindset. Like I'm not like driven to get up and fucking like I don't like a lot of the people here.
no, yeah, being depressed is like a huge part of it.
Yeah. So
It
like
makes all the other stuff way harder to cut out.
it's hard to want to live better when you don't really, and this is not being dramatic, want to live. I think it's kind of like a thing like I don't want to live here, so like I don't want to like necessarily like yeah, I can make life better in a lot of ways, but also it's also a kind of I don't know. It's like I don't want to. I just want to get the fuck out of here. I'm focused on that kind of thing. Like so like other stuff that would feed into my good mental state, like the hobbies that I would like to do with jujitsu, disc golf, like all those other shit. Like not either having time to do it or money to do it is just feeds into everything else. So it's a never ending cycle of like bad habits forming and then just cementing. But it's also it's not like when I'm doing jujitsu. When I was doing jujitsu and intermittent fasting, it would be the discipline. So I would have I would go, well, if I can start eating at like 12 o'clock. First of all, now I'm like that's kind of when my day is like starting, is like 12 o'clock. I wake up way later, but the fact that like the first thing I want to put in my body after fasting, I don't want to put fucking McDonald's in there. So I was at least conscious of like trying to put in a quality real food in my body first. Do you know what I'm saying? But before that it's just water and coffee. And then yeah, I might, I'm gonna go eat tacos. I'm gonna go eat pizza or whatever. Like not chain shit, but like not great shit. Harrisburg, smash burgers, fucking pizza, tacos, all the shit. Because again, I was exercising. Then late night, eat before my window closes. Then when my window closes, actually like stop eating, not snacking, doing anything else. And then also like the soda shit, like literally like that. Then I could understand my doctor going like, yeah, you're overweight. You could lose some weight, maybe not having pizza every day or whatever like that.
Yeah.
But like shit like that does shit to your veins and stuff. Like there's, probably like what the fuck is going on inside me? Like for the
Yeah.
doctor to hear what I said, and then like when I go to him, I don't really exercise a lot, but I'm still having doing this, and him going like, yeah, sounds good. It's kind of like I question your fucking
It's probably a mixture of my guess on the doctor is it's probably a mixture of you didn't have anything too alarming. It was like anything that was wrong with you was probably like there's gonna be a problem in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And then also he probably goes, I can't make that much money off this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and then he mixes that with just like, I got other patients today. I can't really like, this isn't going to be an immediate problem. I can't make too much money off this guy. Let's get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
If I could be Dr. Andy, it sounds like the best place for you to start is just to try to cultivate more happiness during the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to focus on,
not dwell as much.
also try to focus on you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because I think you and me, I know like I've cultivated a mindset where, well, this is a whole big thing for me. I was like realizing recently where I never, sorry, I'm stuttering because I always try to figure out the least depressing way to say things because I'm not like I don't
Yeah.
want to. I'm not here to just like bum people out. And also just, you know, I've experienced from life experience speaking honestly sometimes. Have you ever done that? Have you ever just been speaking honestly and you see people just getting sad and you're like, you wanted this, like
Yeah.
you wanted the real me right now. I'm sorry.
No, but this is me. And they're
No,
just like, they frown and you're like, oh.
You're like, oh, you didn't want to. When people are always like, be yourself, but like a version that's not gonna bum me out. And I go like, well, I don't know if I have that right now.
when people mock you more or still mock you openly for being yourself, you're like, this fucking sucks.
You're
It's like one of those
you,
things of like, that's not what it's supposed to be.
you know, that's why I'm like this, right?
Right. Like that's the thing. Like the reason I have a poor self-image is because of the way you react when I speak. So
Well, it's also too people. I've noticed people who don't experience like real depression have a extremely, and I don't know if it's because they've never experienced real depression or it's because of their like I don't know if it's like a chicken or an egg thing because it's like
Yeah.
it's either just a thing about didn't experience real depression so they don't just know what it's like, but then that doesn't account for like not being able to be sympathetic to people, or it's just a characteristic. Like there's certain people that I hear they talk about this kind of stuff, and I think some people just have a certain characteristic trait about them where they just can't comprehend it, or I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
like the people, because I will say this too, it's like there are a lot of people who talk about depression and they make it their whole fucking personality. It's not that for me. It's just like I'm not gonna like lie about how I feel about stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's just like people get bummed out and I go, I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes I wake up and I just feel the most empty I've ever felt in my life. I don't know what, I'm not choosing to do that.
Yeah.
I just wake up
I'm not
and sometimes
doing that at you.
yeah, I wake up and sometimes it takes me an hour to get out of my bed. That would be true whether you were uncomfortable or not.
Yeah. And that's the thing of like it doesn't, and that's the thing that sucks about it is like it's not always the you know, oh my god, I can't live anymore, depression, I can't do it. It's sometimes it's just the
It's just what's the fucking point, dude?
yeah, I don't want to talk about anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is
Yeah.
terrible for this job. But that's why, but it's also like a thing where like luckily that one doesn't come up that much. But it's also and hobbies are not only like self-care in the sense that like you're actually taking time for yourself doing stuff that you want to do, but it's also like it's legitimately distractions. It's meditation.
Yeah.
Like it's one of my favorite things where I don't for jujitsu, you don't have your phone on you. You can't have your phone on you.
Mm-hmm.
You're either in like fucking no gi stuff. There's no pockets. You're not supposed to have pockets, or you're in.
Is
a
that like
gi.
a thing? People have pockets?
Legitimately, it's the strangest thing I've ever had to do, aside from like asking for big and tall. You know what I mean? Which is not strange. It's just kind of embarrassing. But like, it's almost just as embarrassing to go like, "Do you have shorts without pockets?" And they'll just go like, "What?" You know what I mean? Like in athletic stores, sometimes like
Like, oh, I have to roll around with men on mats.
yeah. Oh no. It's because I'm fighting strangers at this place. It's,
Yeah.
we get down to essentially these shorts if you have them, and then I have a really stretchy shirt.
You saw the bathhouse scene in the Jeffrey Dahmer show? It's that. We're doing
Similar
that.
to that. Yeah, we're doing.
It's
gay
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
You want to come back into my apartment? I got gay stuff in here.
Yeah, I got gay stuff in here. Hey, can that black guy? Can I cut off that black guy's head?
oh man, my lover was sucking my wanger there, and then he wanged his head and started bleeding.
Oh,
That's where all this blood come from
don't
all the
worry.
gay.
Don't
You want to touch my gay blood?
Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this little boy, officer. We got in a fight after I fucking drilled into his head. But it's shit. We're gay though, so
We're-
you're
we're
scared of
gay,
that.
So do you want to talk to us and get close with no gloves? They
Yeah,
go,
we're gay.
"Oh."
Yeah, Dr. Fauci lied about AIDS, so you think you can catch it like super easily, but you have to literally be inside a guy's ass to get it.
But you know,
But it's just gay stuff,
I
officer.
just want to take some pictures, okay?
Yeah, I just want to take some pictures of this black guy.
I just want to take some gay pictures of this gay guy. Is that so gay?
Yeah. Come on, get in my apartment, black guy. So do you like your head on your shoulders or on the floor?
Oh,
Now he's
too
turning
late.
it up. Well, too late. You drank my you drank my Budweiser. You're dead now, black guy.
Like I said, I've said this for years, and I'll never stop. That series exposed the harshest truth about Jeffrey Dahmer. Was the gayest thing wasn't him having sex with black men. It was the fact that he thought the Emperor was the coolest character in Star Wars.
Which one was the emperor? Like
The one that talks like this that says, "Oh, you're going to come to the dark side."
Yeah.
He
The
holds his
best part.
hands like this.
Ooh, ooh.
The best
That's
part.
not
One
the
of the
coolest guy.
One of the funniest parts about that show was when Dahmer's at the gay bar and he's like, "You guys want?" He's like, "You guys want PBRs?" And the two black guys are like, "Are you actually gay?"
Do you have any spritzers? What the
It's
fuck?
like,
Where's the wine
what?
coolers, bro?
Like we're down to suck you off, dude. We're gay guys in the '80s,
What do you want?
but you gotta.
Michelob or Keystone?
What do you want, Michelob or Keys? I know I look like the dad that beat you, but I'm ready.
Milwaukee's best.
But I'm ready to suck you off. Don't worry, boy. He's just talking to him all racist. Don't worry,
Get it
boy.
on
I'm-
over here, boy. Come on, get that dick on.
we're all gonna get some head later, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean, boy. What? Don't worry about that.
He
Don't
doesn't
worry
wanna-
about that.
Why do you keep winking when you say that?
Why do you keep
Uh,
winking?
Oh, don't worry. I'll get some head later.
Yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer's just a rugged trucker.
A
He's
dumb
like-
rugged trucker with like holding up a fucking ruler next to their head.
Oh yeah, that'll dissolve an acid real good.
Just a project I'm working on. Don't worry about it. Keep watching the movie.
Well, that was the funniest part about Dahmer too, where it was just like, what were you working on?
Yeah,
You just had bodies in vats.
you're
Like
very.
you,
Yeah,
you just cut them up. You just cut them up, and you're like, yep, that got dismembered. That sure, I definitely did cut up that black guy.
that's the best thing about like even like Ed Gein or something like that, where he was like he goes like his defense was just kind of like I didn't know what I was doing wrong. What do you mean? It's like at the best, brother, at the very best, you stole strangers' bodies and then you took their skin and made furniture out of their skin. That alone is very disrespectful.
Yeah.
At the very least, sir. And if you don't see that, I don't believe that you should conduct.
Well, the fact that the
normal
cops showed
society.
the fact that the cops showed up and Ed Gein was like, I get why you're mad, but hear me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see how that dead body was dressed?
Yeah. I mean, come on. So yeah, I think.
Anyway,
overall,
we wake up and we're
Triple-
sad.
triple sidetracked, but yeah.
What was the original point I was trying to make? Where it was like, what were we fucking talking about before we?
The Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
No, we just talking about like being sad and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's ultimately well, especially in those cases. I don't know.
Andy, you simply cannot understand the scientific mindset.
That's true.
Well, that was like a part of the joke. This is also too me. I used to do a Jeffrey Dahmer joke, and then a bunch of other comedians did Jeffrey Dahmer jokes. Which by the way, comics, instead of just going, this guy stole my super original joke that everyone else is doing, you just stop doing the joke and write a better one.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I go, oh, a bunch of people have a Jeffrey Dahmer joke. I must be unoriginal. Let me stop doing that.
Yeah.
But,
I think yeah, that was the other thing. Yeah, I got into this mindset for a while where I was like, oh, I gotta do my joke and make a clip and put it up as soon as I can. And I was like, even that doesn't do anything. And it's also like I'm just gonna write more jokes or different ones,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Just gonna jack off the Asakira
We're
videos.
talking about Whataburger.
Whataburger. Oh yeah. So I sit in my bed and I eat my Whataburger.
Yeah. No, I I think just the depression day to day of like
I forget. No, I was gonna make a fucking point. Oh yeah, that was just the. Oh yeah, because I'm always self conscious about fucking bumming people out, but it is. I don't know. I genuinely forget what we were talking about.
No, I was gonna say like those days of like having whatever kind of
popped in my head. May I? Yeah, it was that thing of like not, dude. It's half the reason. Like, I'll fully admit it. There's a bunch of books on my bookshelf that I have that I genuinely like to read. Like, I got this book about music I find very interesting. I got this book about pedophiles that I find very interesting. Just trying to peep game. But actually, this book's got a bunch of stuff about serial killers because serial killers apparently are made up by the government. They're just yeah, serial killers are just MK Ultra victims. Sorry, not sorry.
dick move.
But no, but then like full. Admittedly, there's a handful of books on.
Oh, Andy's internet got cut out because he started talking about
God damn it!
pedophiles. It was the pedophile thing, wasn't it?
God damn it!
I'm the king now. Hi, guy. Oh.
Guys, there's not a better podcast.
We need a Patreon so you can subscribe to it.
Pat, who is that character in Star Wars you didn't like?
Woo, the
What was his name?
Emperor.
Oh yeah. Just hit you with Emperor beams.
Gayest voice ever. Ugh. Boba Fett, by the way, is the answer. Boba Fett's a cool character.
Or
Darth Vader would also be accepted.
who's Sam Jackson? Mace Windu?
Mace Windu is the coolest motherfucker.
Yeah. Because legit, Sam Jackson was like, George, I'm getting a goddamn purple sword.
I love that that's filmed. I'm sure that they had many meetings after that with like R&D and all that shit. But like the fact that if that was the origin of him just being like, what about purple? And he was like, I guess so. I mean, we can see about that. And he was like,
I don't like this. This is nasty. This is why I don't admit things with people. Nasty. You're nasty.
a long time.
A while.
That's
How long
how
is it?
long?
How long it take you to suck your dad off?
How about time's relative? Fuck face,
How about time is a flat circle?
bro.
Faggot.
It's a construct, you fucking asshole.
Well, but the thing I was gonna say is like I'll freely admit like some of the books I got back there are just like maybe I can be this guy because the guy I am, but it's like this constant thing of like not being happy with yourself and thinking like it's because it goes with the fucking like I suck ass, I suck dick. And I go like, I should stop going to those parties and sucking all that dick. No, but it's that like constant, focus on
Bro, don't let them change you.
don't let them change you. They go like, Andy, they stopped inviting me. I was cutting off too many black guys' heads. And what were you gonna say?
I feel like we got the wrong guy. Andy, where were you in Wisconsin in like 1980s or so?
What? He just
Andy, be honest.
the door opens and Nate's body just falls out. What?
Oh.
But no, like that was a big thing I was realizing about myself, and I'm still working on it. Where, like, dude, I can't I just have to like accept who I am because I'm constantly trying to be like. Because for the longest time I was like, oh, I'm being a better version of myself, and I go like, no, you're like running from yourself, and literally I was doing it. I was doing it before recording this podcast where I was like, you know, I'm trying to read my book that makes me a smart guy if I read the book. And I was just like, I don't fucking care. And then I was like, ooh, let me pull up my MK Ultra serial killer book. And I was like, dude, crushing it. Just absolutely crushing it. And the whole time I'm sitting here going like, I'm so fucking gay. Like that's just what
I was gonna say. That's my issue. Is not necessarily. I always thought I had.
Yeah, those are the hurdles I have to jump over of just being like, oh, I like this. It must fucking suck.
Yeah, that's my thing, brother. We just got to the exact same spot. I always thought like I have a really poor self-image. No, I've done a lot of work on myself, and I really like the person that I am. I'm really happy with the person I am.
Yeah.
But I also, and it's kind of proven in a lot of cases, my taste is not for everyone. And a thing where I'm like, so when somebody says like if I'm famously don't have a popular taste or opinion, and I think I'm a good person, I will believe you if you tell me I'm a bad person over
Yeah.
myself every fucking time, and that fucks with my head. So it's like one of those things of like, sure, I like me, but I also have criminally terrible taste in someone's opinion, and I take their opinion
Yeah.
over mine. And it's like, so like I don't know. It's so strange to be like, you know
No,
what I'm saying?
dude, that's the thing about you and me. You and me, if we're at
Check
a
it out, Kev.
party,
Check it out, Kev.
you and me, if we're
Sorry, Kevin.
no,
PA Kevin.
you and me, if we're at if we're at a party or we're with a group of people, it's not like it's hard. It's not like we're awkward in the corner, not able to talk to people. But if it comes down to dude, unironically, this is the book I'm currently reading, Aberration of the Heartland. Oh, by the way,
Thank you, Triple G.
Steph gave me these fucking
More
kitty-
books? Come on, Steph. Oh, this
Steph,
is cute.
no, Steph actually gets mad at me for how many books I buy. Well, how am I going to be a tryhard if I don't buy all the books, Steph?
They're
But
like
she got-
stacked all out the house. Like you just like go into the rest of the house and they're stacked everywhere like a hoarder. And she's like,
Yeah.
Andy, stop. I'm gonna read them.
I gotta read. I have to show people I can finish Pride and Prejudice. It matters to me. But no, it's just funny because I have all these like conspiracy books with little kitty cat paws coming out of it. Because, dude, I love it. I love it. Steph's OCD is so funny because I was using like pieces of paper as bookmarks, and she's like,
right.
nope. I need to get, and she basically forced me to use kitty cat things. But no.
It's cool that she got you the Chub pack too. She got you the like 12 pack of bookmarks because she's like, for all of them.
Dude, she got me so many kitty cat bookmarks.
That's almost for almost all the books that you have.
Dude, I can't wait to use only a few of these. But no, like I've multiple because I'm currently like reading this Timothy McVeigh book. Timothy McVeigh might be MK Ultra patient. And like people, I've various times I've brought that up, and people go like, "Why would you read a book about the Oklahoma City bombing?" And I'm always like, "Why wouldn't you?"
Yeah.
And it's like, but like, it's not that I've always associated that though with people not liking me and thinking I'm weird, and there's that like constant need to like fit in. But it's like, I actually it's like that thing where it's like, no, you actually. Just because people don't get you doesn't mean they don't accept you.
Yeah.
They just don't understand you.
Yeah. I think, yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is like I've accepted that about some people like that. I'm like, okay, there's certain people that like you have to work with. There's certain people that like you.
Yeah,
we have you have the option. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but like even my family, like my chosen family is desired, and it's like it's pretty fucking like sternly cultivated. I don't just let anybody in and just do whatever, but it's also like it's not that hard to necessarily
You just get tagged up.
trusted.
You're like, I don't just let anyone in and do whatever.
But that's the thing. Is like,
It's Jeffrey Dahmer going like, I'll leave your head on, Pat.
I'm just like, I like Paps. I don't know why they were complaining.
All those guys are bitches. I love PBR.
But like I don't think that there's like a necessary like it's not everything is kind of subjective. Everything is on a spectrum. Everything is whatever. Like so it's like not everyone's gonna be for everyone. And that's the thing that I think kind of pisses me off is like the things that people do to try to gain favor with certain people when you're just just forcing it. You know what I mean? Like if it's what is it? If it smells like shit and you try to force it, or what is it?
Huh?
If it smells like a fart and you try to force it, it's probably shit.
Okay.
Something like that. Like it's kind of like one of those things. There's certain things that there's giving up, and then there's also like coming to terms. I feel like, and it's like hard for people to distinguish that sometimes. But like I think somebody said it perfectly in the chat. It's kind of like one of those things. People, hold on. Cell Rat. I like me, but no one else likes me, so I must be wrong. Like it's one of those things of like
That is such a good way to put it, because I've always
I'm like a general consensus guy of like I can't argue if the majority says I was a piece of shit, then I go I must have been a piece of shit, no matter how I personally feel. And like that's the thing where like that's the shit that like I let my brain sabotage myself, and that's what gives me that poor self-image feeling when I like when I think about it and I ponder later on of like what can I actually take responsibility for, and a thing of like a certain things of like you have to kind of like categorize it later on. And when I'm like sitting there, you've probably done it too, where you have the argument in your head kind of thing, or the conversation, or you go over the argument and or conversation in your head and you're like, what the fuck? Wait a minute.
you're like, why did that even
You
happen
fucking
that way?
manipulated me, and you in real time you made me feel like I was a piece of fucking shit. And like that's the thing where you're like, fuck people like that. So like I appreciate I think there was also somebody in there, I think it was Triple G, and I appreciate it. If someone doesn't like the Deusa, I'm judging them immediately. I appreciate that.
Triple
That's
G's a big Deusa fan.
real G. A real G. And also,
Yeah.
yes, and Big Cheesy has it right. My physical body's in Austin, but my heart is still in PA, because people in Austin kind of fucking suck. Not everybody, by any means, but a lot of like I will say, this town I think attracts garbage. Fucking
Yeah.
I think you talked about it a little bit. That Kill Tony
should-
guy yesterday, like that whole thing is becoming such a. Was that yesterday?
Oh, when I did the solo episode?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a whole I mean I didn't really get to know that guy in any
No. I'm just saying
because
that,
he was
like,
just
that's happening.
starting shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, the whole Kill Tony thing does attract. Well, it's kind of like a indicative of Austin in general, because it's like a lot of people coming here, like for comedy. It's gonna be a chunk of them are gonna be like the Kill Tony people who are like fucking deranged, and it's not all of them, but there's a huge chunk of people going to sign up Kill Tony every week who are like deranged people who they think they're gonna be like Cam Patterson or Diedrich, where it's like, he's just gonna fucking like me and I'll be world famous the next day. And it's like you forget, it's like Cam had the most charisma anyone's ever had, and Diedrich's a really funny comedian. It's like, no, you have to like. And all the other guys who are like still around, it's like, no, you actually have to be like good at it and not fuck up.
Yeah.
But it's this deranged person that just hyperfixates on being famous and being known. And again, it goes back to like things we were talking about of like the ignoring your problems and just like that, that to me is because like I do it in a way of like, yeah, I'm going to go eat a bunch of McDonald's because I don't want to worry about shit. Dude, to move to Austin and sign up for Kill Tony every week because you don't want to confront your problems is fascinating to me.
Yeah,
it's absolutely fascinating human behavior. You are going to ruin your life because you're not going to, even if you get on, you'll be a blip on the radar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to be a blip, or best case scenario, you turn into the sacrificial lamb of that episode.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna do all that because you just don't want to accept. You're like, I don't know. You just don't want to accept the reality of the world or something. It's fucking fascinating. But and then on top of that, Austin too has a lot of like tech people and a lot of people escaping another thing. You don't have people, they're escaping the high taxes and stuff. You don't have this like organic motion to Austin, and and also too, like, don't get me wrong, there's a million amazing food spots, but the amount of food spots you go into that it's like some liberal arts students fucking cosplaying like it's like their art project. When you walk in, and this is gonna sound fucked up, but hear me out. It's like you remember the faux spot that we walked in that was near Taylor's old studio?
Yeah.
I remember going in and immediately you see like a non-binary Asian lady, the gayest fat black guy you've ever seen in your life. Like
Lemaire was there.
Lemaire. Yeah, Lemaire was ordering for Jibs, and And you just see like a weird Hispanic twink, and then the white guy that they're all mean to all day because he's white, and you're just like, this didn't happen, or
Derek.
yeah, it like the food was great. Shout out to the Fuss Spot by Taylor's Old Studio. The food was great, but like this didn't happen organically. You all were just like, it's the same energy I feel like every food co-op starts with.
Yeah.
Where it's like, do you guys want to go and check off boxes?
A food co-op seems like they were like, how do we turn a grocery store into an HOA? Like, how can we add a bunch of unnecessary rules to fucking cucumbers and grapes? Like, let's figure out, let's vote on it. Like, no, what are you talking about? How much does it cost?
I don't mean to cut you off. Jibs would have been a Dahmer victim.
Yeah.
Nah,
No,
dude.
Jibs could have fought him off.
Jibs could have fucked up Dahmer.
Yeah. He would have been the one that caught him for sure.
Yeah, Jibs would have
But
exposed.
he would have been in his sights. Actually, no, because I think he liked twink dudes. I don't think it was. But you know what?
Yeah, he liked little guys.
He probably would have been like, something's up with that Dahmer guy.
Yeah. Jibs would get mad. Why does
Yeah, he'd get
Dahmer want to
jealous.
fuck me?
Yeah.
So sorry though. I was bitching about your ADD earlier. Now I'm fucking doing this to you. But
No, it's all right, brother.
no, the what were we talking about?
The food co-op is like a HOA for grocery stores.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's an unnecessary thing. It's like people in retail that go like, we work in a retail job,
Yeah.
but we're not getting treated fairly. So instead of just quitting and starting a different retail job, I'm going to unionize.
Yeah.
And you go like, this is gonna make it better. So you know, it's just kind of it's a weird like non-answer kind of thing. I think there's like the food co-op thing. You're just making things more difficult, and they're not at all better. Like they're not necessarily nothing. It's like it's not more difficult, and at least we get better products. Like no, it's the same product.
Yeah, that the food
it's
co-op
from the start.
vibe, the food co-op vibe is always just like everything sucks a little more,
Yeah,
but it's better for the world.
yeah, but it smells different than the other grocery store.
Yeah, yeah.
It smells different. Like I've been to those stores when I was doing the last.
Do you
couple
guys sell
times I did
Indian
it.
food? No.
Oh no.
What?
Oh, you don't, Uh-oh.
Dude, when I had to stop Instacarting at the Indian places
Yeah. Oh, that's
because
great
like
too. Yeah. The
What?
COVID era, certain people being called essential workers. I've said that before. It got into people's heads. Like
no.
you call like McDonald's workers essential workers, where if they are, then they've always been. So like even when you lift restrictions, they're gonna be like, I'm essential. So why aren't you paying me as much as a fucking doctor? And it's like,
Well, come on.
you know,
The
you know.
COVID era too was such a great era to like scramble people's brains.
Yeah.
Because I know from my perspective, COVID, and it still fucks with me to this day. But to this day, COVID gave you a real sampling of like, just so you know, these are all the people you know who would definitely just become Nazis.
Yeah.
So that fucked with me. And then the one part about COVID that always like it showed the inherent like whether it's intentional or unintentional, the like evil and nonsensical nature of government, where it would be like, all right, you guys can't go to work. It's
Yeah.
illegal for you to go to work. And then it's just like, okay, who's gonna pay my rent then? And they're like, you are.
They go,
And
yeah,
you're
well,
like,
they say,
well-
well, you for now, but we'll figure something out. And it's like,
well, no, I have to pay. And you're like, oh, you want to put people in danger? You're like, no, I don't want to go to work either, but I
yeah,
have
they
to
were like,
pay my
wait,
rent.
they were like, wait, you weren't prepared for this? And it's like,
Yeah.
no,
Wait, you didn't have you didn't have enough money saved up to pay your rent for a year?
Yeah, paycheck to paycheck means paycheck to paycheck. So if I don't get the paycheck, I can't get to the next paycheck.
Also, even if you had a year's worth, even if you had enough saved up to pay your rent for a year, the implication too of like you don't want to just deplete your savings.
Yeah, completely in a
Completely?
year. The thing.
Don't worry, we'll
yeah.
give you $1,200 twice.
It took you longer than a year to get a year's worth of savings, but you can deplete it in just a year's time. I mean, that's why are
Yeah.
you doing that? Hey, Being a cocksucker. She's
Yeah,
like,
COVID. I think people, because like there's a big mainstream thing of like, yeah, we got a lot of it wrong, but we just didn't know at the time, which is a
Yeah.
complete like bullshit reinterpretation of it. Because it's like, brother, I was listening to sort of the general agreed upon conclusions we came to. I was listening to a lot of people who had those pretty early.
Yeah.
And then like they come out and they admit they're like, oh yeah, 6 feet was based off nothing. If you're outside, it's almost impossible to get COVID, like all the little things like that. And then you just account for like, I mean, I forget what it was, but it was like a crazy percentage of like small businesses that went out of business.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to imagine like people getting like I've experienced it with myself. I think Nate's talked about it, like him spending all that time inside. He spent all of his time on black people getting beat up by the police subreddits. And I think his brain got a little fried for a minute. It's like, how many people were like Nate that went way farther than that?
Yeah.
And it completely ruined friendships and
And
it's
never
like
came back. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. There's still people that like are gonna wear a mask everywhere. Like, it's just like it's the untold destruction of the COVID era can never go under analyzed.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the insane amount of people that favored putting unvaxxed people into prison. It's like shit like that, where like there was people that were narking on other people because they were having parties and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know. It was like, it came down to, and it like I've said a million fucking times, where it always comes down to, they cornered us right into the argument we weren't supposed to be having, which is, well, he's having a party and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And they go, no, I saw you didn't wipe down your groceries. And it's like everybody was just narking on each other when it's like, wait. Why are we arguing with each other over this shit? It's because we're all upset about what they're doing to us. So like, instead of us going, hey, we're upset with them, who's the real person at fault? It's the people that are in control. It's not the people that are being affected by the people in control. It's the people in control. And I'm not even like I said, I have this hopeless feeling of like, there's nothing to do, but like arguing with each other is definitely not the thing to do at all, because it doesn't solve the problem, which is are either one of you doing this to each other? Did either one of you say that you're not allowed to go out anywhere? Or is it like, you're just being a narc, and it's like you're just being a fucking cocksucker?
You're reminding me of one of Andy's laws.
Uh-oh.
It's literally, it's just like, if you're more mad at like a regular citizen over the government, you're probably fucking up. It's just statistically. I'm not saying there's not a time, but just statistically,
just check your facts. Just double check, and you again, statistically, I would bet that you would be wrong here, because
it's like statistically the government is fucking your life more than any random citizen, even the most like racist or sexist or anti-Semitic. The odds that they're fucking your life more than the government is minuscule.
Yeah.
It's bad odds.
Bad odds.
Fuck. I wanted to.
I actually have a pet sitting. I have to go.
Oh, you gotta go. Okay. Yeah. Well, then we can. Let's talk. I did want to talk a little bit of Epstein, but let's do that next week.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be more. They're gonna do probably another Friday dump. That's what they do. They release it all on Friday.
Yeah. New music Friday, new Epstein Files Friday.
Yeah, they have that. They see the drop, then everybody checks the names, and then we start talking about all these other things of like, oh my god, this person, and then we just get away from.
And then they watch that and they go, can't wait to bomb Iran while they're fucking figuring that out.
Yeah, legitimately, it's like nobody has figured out the fucking the sleight of hand yet of like, this is a thing that they've even talked about on like the West Wing. I remember there was a show, I didn't watch the West Wing, but they mentioned that they saw that they do this, and it's mimicking real behaviors by the White House and stuff, where they go, if they don't want stuff talked about too much, they try to do it on a Friday, so it kind of gets mixed up and everything on the weekend. And then they know, and especially with how our cycles go and how memes are come and go day to day, Like, yeah, that's totally makes sense because something will happen tonight or today, like something will drop or there'll be some news release or something, and then that's what we'll argue about for a little bit, and then they'll be
You know,
doing something crazy elsewhere.
legitimately, if you want to watch a movie about that, it's a really good movie. It's a Robert De Niro movie. It's called The Fog of War. No, is it called no? No. The Fog of War is the same. That's a documentary about that topic. But fuck. Wait, real quick. Robert De Niro
There's like a
dog.
term for it too. They call it like dropping.
What's it called? Like wag the. Why does Bing keep asking me to? God, I should stop doing Bing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's. I mean, Google's not bad. I've tried to get to start using Wikipedia to look shit up now instead of like so there's no AI, but I'm sure there's AI somewhere in there.
Wag the dog. I think it's called.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. Wag the dog. It's De Niro and Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Also, they do this thing all the time on the poster. It'll be Dustin Hoffman, De Niro, but De Niro, Dustin, and I'm like, that's not. Just put them. Reverse the picture.
That's a negotiation thing, but they're like, well, you can't.
Yeah.
Any other picture? You can't even mirror that one. Like they're like, no, sorry,
But
you don't have the capability.
Wag the Dog's a really good movie that details how they like manipulate a story and kind of like distract you, and they they make you go look over here while this is happening.
Yeah, which I don't doubt at all is happening, but it's whatever. So yeah, we can get into that with we'll have plenty to talk about.
Hell yeah. If you gotta bounce. I wanted just to spend 1 minute because Triple G was asking for a book recommendation, and I just wanted to quick grab like 5 books to tell him to check out.
Okay, I'll leave right now. Bye. I'm not gonna bounce while he's walking away. I'll at least wait for him to come back. You know what I mean? Because you guys are special. You don't deserve dead air. You don't deserve to just see Andy's pale back of his legs in his weird camo. And those are his Kubra Khan shirts. You know, Andy has actually shit himself more times on Drag the Lake than the president has shit himself recently. It gets more reported because he's the president. So, but just don't tell him I told you guys. Oh my God. He's attacking us. See that? That's the distraction. I think that's the real actual distraction. And honestly, I think these book recommendations, he could just probably send them to you because they're kind of new. So,
Okay. Real quick, if we're doing fiction books, Stranger by Albert Camus. I don't even know how to explain it. It was just a really fascinating read. He's a French philosopher. Post Office by Bukowski. Bukowski's a big drunk piece of shit, and the way he writes is very interesting. I didn't read a lot of this, but it fucking rules. Sam Talent, Running the Light. And now, if we want to do conspiracy stuff, if you want to spaz the fuck out, Program to Kill. That's good. Government, MK, all serial killers are MK Ultra. And then The Search for the Manchurian Candidate. That's another fun MK Ultra stuff. And then you probably know about this one, Chaos by Tom O'Neill. If you don't know anything about Chaos by Tom O'Neill, go look up Tom O'Neill's first Rogan appearance. And if that gets you, get that fucking book because it's so interesting. It's about Charles Manson. Basically, the way I can sum it up is he kind of makes a good case that the Haight-Ashbury era with Charles Manson in California was a large-scale MK Ultra experiment. But anyway,
all right,
those are books you should check out. All right, thanks for hanging out with us, guys.